Okay, so no retreat, no surrender. This is my fourth take, and in the last take I had finished one of the lessons that, okay, this is quite unnecessary. Let me just get right into the gist. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I've not said that in so long and I missed it. I really missed it. Welcome back. Thank you so much for being here, even though it has been ages. And if this is your first time, you're welcome. You're welcome. You've not missed so much. I have been MIA since I think 2022. 21. I don't know. It's the middle of 2024. I feel so bad, but life has been happening and good things have been happening as well, so I guess I shouldn't feel too bad about it. Everything happens in times and seasons. In fact, from the thumbnail you can already see what we are here for, what we're talking about. But before we go on, please like this video, make sure you share, make sure you're subscribed and you've clicked on the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever a new video is posted. Thank you so much. I'm counting on your support. Okay, without further ado, let's get cracking. We're talking about 25 under 25. No, we're not talking about people. We're talking about lessons. Let me give you a backstory. So I turned 26 not too long ago. Yeah. I love the fact that I'm growing older. I love it so much. It's such a blessing. God has promised us that we will live to see our children's children. And if you're not growing older, how would that promise come to pass? So yeah, I'm happy. I'm so grateful that I get to see this new year. But a month to my birthday, I had this brilliant idea for a book called 25 under 25, and because of certain circumstances, that book was supposed to be released on my birthday, but because of certain circumstances it did not happen. But like you know, on this channel we already know that all things work together for good, so no biggie, we'll make do with what we have. That book is still coming, but these videos are going to set the precedent for the book. So yeah, keep your eye open. But we're going to be talking 5 lessons today, 5 out of 25. We're going to continue till we finish it. So this is going to be like a 4-part, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, a 5-part video. I just showed that I needed my fingers to count math. I mean, I'm a lawyer. Okay, so our first lesson in our 5-part series of 25 under 25 is love yourself deeply. Yeah. I'm so grateful I learned this lesson early on in life, because one thing you need to know is that when life teaches you a lesson, if you do not learn that lesson and apply it to your life, you will keep getting chances for you to learn that lesson, and it would get more unpleasant the more you learn it, or the more you are put through the process for you to learn it. So I'm grateful I learned this lesson very early on in life. Love yourself deeply. You are the longest relationship you would ever have. You are the closest person you would ever have. And how you love yourself and how you show that you love yourself is going to set the tone for a lot of the relationships that you will have in your life. Loving yourself is one of the most important relationships, apart from the relationship you have with God, is the next best relationship you should have, because a lot of times a lot of people experience so many things that self-love would have prevented. People stoop to unmentionable levels because there's a lack of self-love, there is a lack of self-respect, there's a lack of self-esteem. All of these things ought to flow from your love and your respect for yourself. One of the commandments God gave us is that we should love our neighbors as ourselves. Why did he not say love yourself first and then love your neighbors? He said love your neighbors as you love yourself, because your love for yourself ought to be the most basic relationship you have. You should not be told that you need to love. You have to like yourself. You have to love yourself. You should be respectful towards yourself. You should not be mean towards yourself. You have to hold yourself in high regard and high esteem, because if you do not have this, it's going to be very difficult for you to love your neighbor. You cannot give what you do not have. The level of respect and the level of esteem you have for other people can only be based off what you have for yourself. This also goes to show that if you do not have this for yourself, it also sets the stage for how other people will regard you and how other people will treat you. So you owe yourself the duty to love yourself. Give yourself compliments. Look at yourself and call yourself loved. There are certain things you should never say about yourself. Nobody loves me. You should love yourself. You count. You are the person. You count. So you would never be bereft of love. You would never be bereft of affirmation. See, we have love languages, right? And my love language is primarily words of affirmation. The catch here, or the guide here, is you should not wait for other people to speak your love language to you before you experience it. I tell myself, you're beautiful, you're lovely, you're so smart. If I come up with creative solutions to problems, I make sure to give myself accolades first before other people do it. Your greatest compliment should not come from other people. It should come from you first, because you understand how hard it took you to achieve whatever you have achieved. You understand the sacrifices, you understand the commitments, you understand the depths you had to go for you to achieve that milestone. You should be able to acknowledge that, and this would only come from actual self-love that you have for yourself. So this lesson is something that is very, very important, and I really hope that you learn to love yourself, because you're worthy of love. You're worthy of a mind that is well. You are worthy of a mind that does not tear you down. You should not be your bully. If other people are saying mean things to you, you should not say it to yourself. Your mind is your home. I think you get the gist, right? You get what I'm saying. So yeah, let me not overflow this issue. So loving yourself and loving yourself deeply is one of the greatest lessons that I have learned in my over 25 years in this world. Okay, I'm not saying these lessons in order of importance or priority, not in the least bit. I'm just saying them as they came to me. Whenever the message hit home, I wrote it down. So keep that in mind, especially for this next lesson. The next lesson that we're going to be talking about is that God is real and true and is very intentional about me. I said me because these are the lessons I have learned. This particular lesson is one that, remember I said sometimes you learn lessons over and over and over and over again. This particular lesson is one that will keep shocking me every day. Not because I don't know it to be true, but because of how tangible it is. It's renewed every day, every morning, every night. God is real, God is true, and He's very intentional about me. honestly don't know how people who go about life without a consciousness of God, I don't know how they do it, because to me it is so real and so true and so tangible. A lot of people feel like God is an abstract being that does not bear any connection to humanity, but God is almost as real as my reflection in the mirror, because for a fact I was made in his image and his likeness. So whenever I see myself, I see God. Oof, goosebumps. I hope you actually get the spirit of what I'm saying, because God is very real, he's very true, he's very intentional about me. I've had so many experiences in my over 25 years of living that have reiterated this over and over again, and not just to me, in my family, in my husband, in my work, in my passions. I see God everywhere. I see his hand, I see his help. Using my marriage as an example, I've told this to some of my friends, but okay, this is going to sound very, very mushy, but the relationship I have with my husband reminds me of God's love for me, especially Jesus's relationship with the church. Like, I'll probably go into this deeper at a later date, but just take that for now. Like, in my health, in the way he comes through for me, the way he comes through for the people that I care about, the way he comes through for random strangers is so. Sometimes I hear some miracles and I hear some things that God does, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds like him. Yeah, that's my father, that's my God. He's so real, he's so true, and he's very intentional about it. So if you do not know about him, you can send a DM to me, and I would love to tell you more about him and why I feel he's so real and true to me and very intentional about me. I would love to share this with you, because it's the same for everybody. He's so intentional. Like John 3:16 says that for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. That's an intentional father. Like because he loved you, he did this. That's intentionality. Tell me what is more intentional than that? Yeah. Number 3 is that I've learned that I am stronger than I give myself credit for. I've gone through hard things in life, and because of God, killing lesson number 2, I don't look like the things I've been through, and I'm very sure neither do you. But if you've not learned this lesson, I hope that this will be a clarion call for you to give yourself some credit, because you are actually stronger than you give yourself credit for. A lot of things came that might have broken you, but yet here you are watching this video with your fine looking self. You're stronger than you give yourself credit for. So make sure you pat yourself on the back. Make sure you give yourself breaks when you need breaks. One major indicator of strength is when you can acknowledge your weakness, when you can see yourself be weak and know that it does not change the fact that you are strong. Cutting yourself some slack, resting when your body needs rest, taking time off when you need to take time off. All of these are indicators of strength, because you need to live to fight another day. Problem no dey finish, but you're strong enough to be able to figure out how to navigate life's issues. Adulting is hard. Thankfully, we don't have to do it alone. But even if you are doing it alone, know that you're strong and give yourself the credit that is due you. Give yourself your flowers. Like, you did try. You did try. Give yourself some grace. You're strong, and you don't have to prove that strength to anyone. That's a wonderful lesson that I learned, and it has made me. I don't fear looking weak to people because I know I am actually strong, and I am strong when it is most needed. So I don't have to prove my strength to anybody for whatever reason. And I think you should do the same. Okay? You're strong, and you're stronger than you give yourself credit for. Yeah. We have 2 more lessons to go. Ooh! This particular lesson, I'm clapping because of the lesson, but this particular lesson is very important. Doing anything for the applause is not worth it. Did you hear me? Doing anything for the applause is not worth it. See, I know that it's very, very common. Applause can be synonymous with clout, accolades, list, Forbes 30 on the 30, 25 on. In fact, let me give you a story. I really wanted to somehow make it to any 25 under 25 list. That's probably why God inspired this lesson to be 25 under 25, because of that deep-rooted need for acknowledgement, right? I've been in the non-profit space for over 10 years now, and it's so weird to be 26 and have over 10 years experience, but that's what you get for starting young. But I've been in the non-profit space for over 10 years now, and I have a lot of friends that are in the space as well. And I know so many of my friends who are doing marvelous work and are getting recognition, the recognition that they deserve for it. I, on the other hand, am doing an equally amazing job as well, but the recognition has not come as of yet. I remember about 8 years ago, it almost felt, not 8 years ago, sorry, 2 years ago, I was almost feeling despondent because like the applause was not coming, right? It was not coming in the scale that I thought it would come. But that's when I learned this lesson, because what you think, a lot of times we feel that like for it to be a worthy applause, it must come from an international body or a national body or a state body. But when someone whose life you have touched tells you thank you, that's enough. That is enough. Like, even if you reached out to 10,000 people and just 2 people tell you the meaningful way your contribution has helped their life, that is enough. That should be your motivation, not external applause. Like, the tangible ways you have impacted lives is enough. I learned that lesson, and I hope you learn it as well, because a lot of times there are certain good deeds we ought to do that we don't do because we think nobody is watching, and we rush to do the things that would give us earthly praise and earthly awards. However, whenever God calls you to do something, make sure that you do it with the right reasons as your motivation, and not because you want applause. Like this lesson says, doing anything for the applause is not worth it. You might have a line of awards in your house, but did you really touch anybody's life? Or it was just for the camera and for the social media? Did you and answer the question? No shade, but answer the question. Okay? Yeah, we all get to learn, we all get to grow. So I am not coming for you, and don't come for me. Okay. Our fifth lesson and our last lesson for today is that I've learned that I was made on purpose for a purpose. I was not a mistake. I was not a mistake. There's a void that is on this earth, and only I can feel it. Of course, if I do not fulfill my purpose, God is going to find a way to make up for it. But in the original plan, there is a particular purpose that was put on earth to fulfill, and it was not a mistake that I was the one chosen for that purpose. And this is enlightening, because I remember yesterday one of my friends made a post about purpose, and she was asking, what is your purpose? And the simple summary, if I was to say my purpose, right, the simple summary of my purpose would be that I am light, and I was made to shine anywhere and everywhere that I am. And what does light do? What does light do? It illuminates. It makes everywhere better. It shows the lapses that needs to be filled. It makes things better. And that's what I do. My name is Blessing. For a long time, I didn't come to terms. I didn't like the fact that my name was Blessing, especially because I grew up in Calabar. And if you know anything about Calabar, you'll know that Blessing is not pronounced as Blessing. And I would be on the assembly line, and a teacher is calling me, Blessing! Blessing, come and lead praise and worship. And I'll be like, oh God. And then I started going by Bray, because I do not like calling me Blessing. However, don't get it wrong, that's not the relationship I have with my name anymore. I think in 2020 I came to realize that, wait, my name is Blessing, and every person I've come in contact with actually acknowledges the fact that, wait, you actually are a blessing. I'm a blessing. Like, I find solutions to problems. Whenever I'm in a place, I make sure that that place is better for me being there. I improve on things. I do not destroy them. And that was very purposeful. Like, God literally was purposeful, not just about me, but with my name. But I'm Bray now, because like B Ray, and I'm a ray of sunshine, aka light. You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it. Okay, so yeah, I was made on purpose for a purpose, and you are too. These lessons that I've learned are not exclusive to me. I know that some of you have learned some of these lessons, and some of them are yet to hit home. And if this video doesn't do it for you, I know that one way or the other, God is going to reveal it to you in His own timing for you. But I actually sincerely pray that you can glean some of the things that I'm saying and apply them to your life, and you're going to see an improvement. Let me just go over the lessons one more time. I've learned to love myself, and love myself deeply. God is real, God is true, and is very intentional about me. I am stronger than I give myself credit for. Doing anything for the applause is just not worth it. And our final lesson for today is that I was made on purpose for a purpose. Yeah, I hope you liked this video. If anything I've said has resonated with you deeply, please share it in the comment section. What are the lessons that you've learned in your whatever years you have been alive? please share. Let us learn from you as well. I'm going to be in the comment section. I hope you've liked, I hope you've shared this video, and I hope that you're subscribed to this channel so you do not miss out on any of the videos that come from here. Until next time, I hope that you remember that all things work together for good for them that love God and are called according to his purpose. Thank you so much. Remember to be kind. It's your beautiful girl Bray signing out. Bye.